Guys, it is currently 2:54 p.m. on Friday, and I was actually going to do some like a workout and all these things, and then I realized that I'm going to listen to my body, and my body was saying I just want to like lay down. And so I did, and I felt my body like rewarding me for that. And then I attended a webinar, and Matthew McConaughey was on it, and it was just so affirming of the things he was saying is what I'm saying too, which is just really exciting. Anytime you kind of have that synergy, of like what is actually important. And the thing I liked the most about what he said, the thing I related to the most was if you're looking, well, he didn't say this exactly, but this is like how my own interpretation of it. He was talking about believing in things. And he was talking about not becoming a cynic, which I agree with both of those things. And it's like if we're looking to current reality to create something new or to see if something new is possible, we're not going to find it there. Because this is what's currently been manifested, right? Like this is what's current. So we can't base our potential on what we currently see. We can use what we currently see as inspiration for what we want different. But if we're looking for evidence of something that's not in our lives yet, and it was just really helpful. And he was also, the thing is also, he was talking about how our minds basically can play tricks on us. And I'm like, that's what I was thinking. That's what I realized. So that's why I'm being so transparent and vulnerable by doing these things, because if I can help even just one person realize their value and their power, and if they realize I'm actually in a bad situation, there's a quote that says, bloom where you're planted. I would edit that and say, figure out if you're in the right environment first, Because if you're in the wrong soil, if you're in the like truly wrong environment, then you're not going to blossom, And I don't mean circumstances that we can't control. I'm talking about things we can control. So if you're in like a bad relationship, and it really is a bad relationship, then you're not going to blossom, So I just felt called to share that. It just hailed here really loudly and kind of scary for a bit, but right now it's still raining, but it, like things change. So just wanted to pass on that hope and that encouragement. And he was talking about sharing your experience because it might be able to help someone, and that's exactly what I'm doing, because I really truly do know what it's like to not have zero hope, but to be as close to that as possible. To be like, it is too painful to dream because I'm never going to get that dream. So then what are you doing? Type of thing. And I really want to help people with that awareness, And I'm not claiming to have everything figured out, but I am saying that I not only work really hard on like figuring it out, but I have figured a lot of things out. Oh, now the sun's coming out. Wow. Through awareness and through looking, facing fears, really big fears. And the facts are, what we say to ourselves determines our life, basically. And that is why I work so hard on changing that self-talk. First of all, realizing that's not actually self-talk, that's programming, depending on what your experiences have been. And so when you realize that, in that moment, now you go from succumbing to it to seeing it and then being able to make a choice, you know? So I hope that's helpful. I love you guys. And yeah, I am really, really grateful that the sun is coming out. And I'm going to drink some more water. But that was just a really awesome moment for me. When you hear from someone who has all the material things, you know, it's not that I blindly follow people who have the stuff. It's more of, it makes logical sense to me, unless they're selling something, you know, that type of thing. But let's say that they're like, I've experienced, you know, significant material success, and this is what's actually important. Like, I don't know, I just take credence to, like, maybe I'll listen to that and see if it aligns, you know, with what I think as well. So we can all make a difference, you know, and that's why I keep doing this, because first of all, I'm just telling the truth at all times. And I could easily just come on here and be like, you know, act like I didn't struggle this morning. But I think it's way more useful to say, I struggled this morning. I had a battle, I won, you know, and I not only got past that, but I'm better off because of it, you know? And that's what I want for you too, to live your best life possible, regardless of external circumstances. So, okay, love you guys.